I want to start out this video by telling you guys about a dream I had, a very vivid dream I had the other day. Now, ever since I moved out, I've been remembering my dreams more. You know, I'm sure I always dream, but I don't really remember it because my sleep cycle was just completely fucked. But now it's fixed. I've moved out, and that's pretty much that's like one good thing at least that's come with me moving out. But I'm remembering my dreams more, and I just had this absolutely brutal dream. I woke up after this dream, and I just sat there for like 10-20 minutes, just thinking about not I was doing that shit. I don't know if you guys ever do this, but not even thinking, but just sitting there, not with no thoughts, but just sitting there, existing, you know, just reflecting. I don't know. But anyway, so this dream I had, I was in this dream, and it was like this ball or something, like this dance, and I had a girlfriend in this dream, like this girl I was with, and it was kind of dream logic, you know, so it wasn't spelled out in the dream, but you just kind of knew, you know what I mean. And I was with this girl, and I remember we were dancing together, like slow dancing, and I just became self-aware that I was in a dream, you know, I suddenly realized yeah, because I was with a girl, that's probably why I knew that wouldn't happen in real life. So I basically realized I was dreaming and pulled her in, and I remember I said to her, please just promise me you're real, you know. And I was so sincere when I said it, I thought that little sliver that it could have been real, but it wasn't, obviously. And then I woke up, and that was that. But I just was like, please promise me you're real. Absolutely fucking brutal. Oh my god. But that shit where you become self-aware in a dream, it's called lucid dreaming. That shit, maybe some of you guys have heard of it, but I remember that sounds like such a good cope, you know. And I remember I must have been pretty young, 12 or 13, up to now even, I've been doing this shit for years and years, trying to be able to lucid dream, and I've never had a successful lucid dream, never. And the thing is, I already know what I would do if I got into a lucid dream, and it's because one of the tips that people give, obviously it's it didn't work for me, but one of the tips people give is imagine what you'll do in the dream so you can actually do it. And it's what I would always do is, you might think oh, you'd have sex, and it's well, yeah, but I would have a girlfriend, you know, I'd have a relationship, and I'd have a dream, you know, lore, and a dream universe, so I could revisit the same girl in the dream again and again, you know. And if I could do that, I would spend basically all my time sleeping, you know. But I'm still going to try and do that, I guess. But lucid dream is so hard. It's so hard because I'm so used to just going through the day, just not paying attention to shit, just basically just letting the day wash over me and just go with whatever happens. And part of the whole lucid dreaming method, anyone who knows about lucid dreaming will know, but part of the method is you have to be aware of your surroundings, and you have to do reality checks. You have to try and poke your finger through your hand and all that kind of shit. And it's I've never been successful with that. But that's probably one of my oldest copes. I was coping like that in 7th grade, a long time ago. And another one of my really old copes, these are probably my two oldest copes, was lucid dreaming and trying to cope by telling myself I was asexual. This is something I heard a few years later. I was probably 14 or 15. So it's not one of my oldest copes, I guess, but I would I thought to myself I wanted to be asexual, and I still do. I wish I had no sexual attraction, no sexual desires to anyone. And then I could just not worry about, you know, a relationship and sex and all that shit. But I've got I'm not, you know, there's no getting around it. I'm not asexual. I am just I do have sexual urges. I think most people who are asexual or say they're asexual are probably coping. Mainly men. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. Obviously, I can't read these fucking people's minds, but I'm just thinking. It seems like cope, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering how I got here, because I'm thinking about to be honest, the first 2 weeks of February this year were probably the worst 2 weeks of my life. Not even the first 2 weeks of February, but mainly the whole month. If you go on my channel, it was pretty early. Those were pretty early days for my channel, but You'll notice back in February I didn't upload at all during that month of February, and the reason is because I had just horrible anxiety. Like, I had one big anxiety attack that lasted the whole month, from literally the 1st of February up to at least Valentine's Day. I don't know, like those first 2 weeks I just had like a non-stop anxiety attack. And it's like, sometimes when I have like anxiety and stuff, like that shit comes back, like it makes it worse because I'm worried it's not going to go away. Like, imagine, first of all, I didn't even sleep for like those 2 weeks, but imagine like going to sleep, getting like very, very little amount of sleep every night, and then waking up and the anxiety is still there. It was horrible. I would do anything to not go back to that spot, you know. Yeah, anyway, but so I want to talk about my my Fresh Starts week experience. That's the main thing of this video. I mean, it's not even been the full week yet, but there's so much that's happened. Like, I want to make a video talking about this because I know otherwise I won't talk about it all. But yeah, anyway, so in my last video I talked about these people I was living with. I arrived at my dorms. I'm living in this like apartment block, and I saw these guys. There was this one rice cell guy who's like really tall. I asked him, now I know he's like 6'5". He's 6'5", 6'5". Height mugs me to shit. Like, I think I'm like 5'11", 5'10", I think, I don't know, but he height mugs me to absolute shit, guys. Like, it's brutal. Like, I'll get to it in a minute. Actually, I'll get to it in a minute. But there was this other guy, and this guy was a little bit shorter than me. He must be like 5'8", 5'9", maybe. And he looks exactly like Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. Like, exactly like him. Same hair, same like face. He like talks like him as well, kind of. It's like, you know what you're to picture. Anyway, I didn't see these guys move in. Apparently, like, I didn't even know, but this Jesse Pinkman guy apparently was living in the dorms before I'd even moved in, and this rice guy had moved in. Like, he was already there. We just didn't see him. But I came out to the kitchen like the other day, and these guys were just sitting there on like on the couch just drinking, and they were playing this like terrible rap music, like, you know, these beats and shit. They were obviously pretty drunk, you know. Like, I sat down with these guys, and they were just laughing at everything I said. They were obviously pretty drunk. Mainly the Jesse guy, not the rice cell, but this Jesse guy started talking to me, and he was saying some wild shit. Like, he was just telling us, like, he showed me like his arm, and all down his arm this motherfucker had like cuts and shit, like scars. And he was like, oh yeah, I've been like self-harming and shit for like a year now. And I was like, okay, so what the fuck do you even say? And he was like, oh yeah, I'm a product of rape, like my dad raped my mum. I didn't even know what to say. I was just like, damn, man, it's like, it's probably over for you, you know. Yeah, but anyway, but like, I was talking to these guys, and they're just normies, you know, pretty much. Like, apart from like that thing that I said, and this rice guy is like he's from Taiwan. He said he's from Taiwan, and he does like hard drugs, like he's done like coke and shit, like once, and he's done other stuff too. And apart from that though, like, they're basically just normies pretty much. And it's like, I'm happy enough sharing, like, at least there's only 3 of us, you know. That's what I was thinking. Like, there's just 3 of us. It's like there's enough room in these dorms for 8 people. It's like, we got pretty lucky just having the 3 of us. Yeah, but anyway, well, that was until like yesterday. Is this other person moved in? It was this girl moved in, and the guys were talking about it. Supposedly this Riso has like a long distance girlfriend in a city in England, and he says like he's probably not going to stay with her too long and shit. And this other guy, this Jesse guy, he's single right now, but he was telling me some brutal stories, how he got like accused of like certain things, like he got accused of like sexual like assault and stuff. And I was like, okay, man, whatever the fuck, man, I don't know. But you don't even know how much of that is true. Like, these people are just like coping by lying is you know, is way more common than you think. I think so anyway. Whatever. Anyway, so yesterday I had to go to my first like class, and it wasn't really like a class, it was just like a introduction thing. So we showed up, we were in this big lecture hall, you know, those lecture halls they have at university. We're in this big one, and I wanted to sit at the back, but of course I'm a fucking retard. I don't wear my glasses that I'm meant to wear, and I'm basically completely blind without them. I mean, I'm literally blind in one of my eyes, and the other one I can barely see out of. So I had to sit right at the front, like in front of like I was the only person on the front row, but it was the only way I could see shit. you know. But I went in there and they were just talking about basic shit, and because I'm doing like a science degree, they showed like all the different like professors, like, well, not all of them, but like a couple of like the staff and shit at this school, right, on the screen. And I assumed, because when these pictures came up, some of these people were such subhumans. They had they'd done their STEM degrees. They'd probably like think like, oh, I'm gonna get a good degree and I'll get a woman or whatever. And their pictures came up, and I assumed it was like a looks chart, like to do with like selection of humans, like sexual selection. But no, it was the faculty members. Like, that was genuinely my reaction when I saw them. Like, in my head, I was just immediately like, oh, that, it was like watching a Wheat Waffles video with these people up on the screen. Oh my gosh, bro, it was really brutal. But that's one of the reasons I chose the degree I chose. I'm doing like a science degree, and a lot of it is about like selection and shit in biology, and it's like just learning about how mating happens, and how, like, because people think that humans are exempt somehow from the laws of the animal kingdom. It's like, no, we're not. We're just animals. That, like, we are animals like anything else. And people are like, oh well, humans are, it's not the olden days. We're not in the savannah anymore. We're more civilized, and it's like, we're really not. At our core, we're just animals. So learning about that shit is pretty interesting. There's so much shit to do. There's so much shit to do, and it's like, I have no fucking idea. Because here's the problem with helicopter parenting, is my whole life I've been used to my mum just doing everything for me, and now I've moved out. It's like I've got to go to all this shit, and it's like, if I miss something, but when I miss shit, and if I continue, hopefully I won't, but if I miss more shit, it's like, no one's gonna tell you. No one's gonna be like, oh, you missed it, you need to come. Like, it's over, So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much fucked. I can't when it comes to living by myself, like all the basic shit, I'm pretty much fine. When it comes to the mental, like, coping, that's alright, but it's the actual like I'm surviving. I'm not doing well, out here, but whatever. I mean, I didn't expect to anyway, but I'm just going along with stuff. Like, people say go here. My mum's like calling me like multiple times a day. She's like, you need to make sure you go here, you need to make sure you go there. I'm like, you need to go here. It's like, maybe I just go. Maybe it's for the best she does that, because shit, I don't know. But yeah, like I was saying, these guys were like laughing when I came into this. I came into the common room, like the kitchen. It's like a shared space, so all the rooms are like people's private rooms, but they all come in this like common area. So I came in, and they were both sitting down, laughing their asses off. Like, when this new girl joined, when she showed up, like, her parents had brought her loads of food, like fresh, like, fruit and shit. And it was, of course, it's all gonna go off in like a few days, but they just put it in the fridge. They just shoved it in there, and there's no way she's gonna eat it all. So they were like telling me that, and they were like, oh, so she said we can just help ourselves. And I said I made like a really terrible joke. I was like, oh, who's her dad, Gordon Ramsay? And they just creased over. They were laughing so much because they were so drunk, But my mum had booked like a bunch of parties for me and shit. Like, she'd already paid in advance for these, which is brutal. You know it's over when your mum is doing that for you. But anyway, so I had to go to these things, and I already knew for the video I wanted to go just to see what was going on, and oh my god, it did not disappoint. So the three of us went down. It was me. I convinced these two other guys to come, so we went down to this party at this club, and I showed them my shit to get in, and my ID and stuff, and I went in, and I had like a voucher for like a shot, so I got a shot, and I was already pretty drunk. I'd already had a drink or two. Now, the last time I got this drunk was I made a video about it. And I basically I went out with my two friends, and I got absolutely shit-faced. Like, I threw up all over myself. I blacked out pretty much. And after that, my friends kind of like stopped talking to me, because I made a video about them too. I've talked about this before, but I made a video about them too, basically just like talking about them like in a way that they didn't appreciate, and they didn't like that. It's like, I get that, that's fair, but that was the last time I was this drunk. But I went out and I got super drunk. Like, I remember I went into this club, and the music is so like no one can fucking talk in there, no one can understand anything anyone says, so it's up to your physical movement, what you do. So I went in there, and it was like that. First of all, it was like, it wasn't even like a good party, to be honest. Like, not that I have much of a frame of reference, but it felt like my like year 6 disco. Literally, it was like It was just the most boring shit, but there were way too many fucking people. Like, I went onto this like dance floor, and people were like shoulder to shoulder. You know, like you couldn't move, you couldn't dance properly. I mean, not that I can dance anyway, but so I went out to the back of this party after all, because it was like nothing was happening. So I went out to the back of this party, and there were people hanging out there too, like drinking and talking, because you can actually like talk out there. It's like kind of you need to like talk in people's ear, but you can still talk. But there was this one older guy, this like I guess he was in his 30s, but this like kind of manlet black guy that was like a security guard working at this party, and I just went up and talked to him, because it's like, I'm not going to talk to anyone else. And I went up to him, and I was like really drunk at this point. I'd had like 4 pints of something, so like I just I just get awkward, and I drank for some stupid fucking reason. I know I shouldn't. It's like I don't know. I'll probably do that shit again because I'm an idiot. But I went up to this guy, and I was just talking to him, and I was like, you know, like asked for advice with women, and he was like, oh, just get them drunk. And I was like, oh, yeah, that seems like a good idea. But like the thing is, I'm not actually looking for advice with women. That's the thing. It's like, I just want to see what people say, because I know it's over for me. I know, you know, about the black pill and shit, and you know, there's no point in, you know, asking for advice from people, especially not normies, you know. And it's like, I just wanted to see what he'd say. But that was a pretty funny response, I thought. But yeah, he just didn't give a fuck. He was just like looking around, all like sussing people out and shit. But apart from that, it was just all young people, all people at the university, and it's just like I will never understand how normies find that shit fun. Going to clubs fun, because unless you're Chad, like I actually saw mogging like in live action. Like I saw these 2 Chads standing by the wall, and they were like these 3 or 4 like low tier normies, like kicking like a little beach ball around, like an inflatable beach ball. They were just kicking it around, and it rolled over to these 2 Chads, and one of them just picked it up, stole it off these guys, and threw it into the middle of the dance floor. It was brutal, and they just like were laughing at these guys, and I just saw that. I was like, jeez. So after that, after a while, I went out, and because my mum had booked this shit for me, I was the only one out of my out of the 3 of us who could get in, because like I had my 2 like roommates with me. So out of the 3 of us, I was the only one that could get into this party. And I came out, and they were waiting for me, and I was completely drunk. And we walked down the street. We just walked down the street back to in no direction in particular, but we were just walking. And we actually had just a very deep, you know, philosophical discussion about a lot of shit, about like life, about the black pill, about all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, they handed me, like, they were like smoking. They had like cigarettes, not like weed, but just normal cigarettes, and I had a few for the first time. I know I've said like before, like I would never do that shit because it's so stupid, and it is. And it wasn't even good, you know, like it was nasty as fuck. But I had like 4 of them for some fucking reason. I don't know why. I mean, like I said, I'm searching for new copes, right? But smoking isn't a good cope. It's too expensive, and it's not even like jerking off where it feels good. It's just like I don't get the point of it. But we just talked about shit. I mean, I don't remember half of it, obviously. And we went back to the club, and we went back in. And I went back in. This time I brought the rice cell guy with me. He's like 6'5". I brought him back in with me, just to see what he would do, you know. And like this, I kid you not, guys, I had been in there for like an hour probably before. No one talked to me. Not a single girl came up to me. You know, I don't know how you approach people. Like, you just dance. I guess, I don't know. I mean, there's no point if you're sub 5 anyway, because I would just take one look at you and be like, no. But this guy came in, and as he walked in, this girl walked past him and put her hand like under his chin and like stroked his face like up to him. She had to like reach up at him, and it's like, I learned about this guy as well. Like, you think like, oh, he's a rice cell. I don't even know why I'm calling him a rice cell, because he's not. But the thing is, he's like half like Nordic as well, like half Northern European. And he hype mocks me to shit. He's got like a deep voice. It's over. Like, the thing is, like, he said to me, like, he's actually a fucking nice guy as well. And he said to me, I'll be like your wingman and shit, I'll help you out. Because I was talking to these guys, I was like, it's over for me, you know, I'm not going to get a girlfriend, I'm not going to lose my virginity, all this shit. And they were like, oh, you know, I will be your wingman, bro, it's okay. But this guy, like, he mocks me so much. I'm probably better without him, you know. Like, I'm actually already going to a party, like, tomorrow? I think, yeah, I'm going to another party at the same club tomorrow, and I'm bringing this rice cell guy with me. I've convinced him to come. And like the thing is, like, I know there's no point because he's just gonna mock me into oblivion by just standing next to me. So he's not really, like, it's not his fault, but he's not a good wingman because of that. Shit, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, we were just in this bar with this guy, and this girl like stroked his face, and other people were like looking at it, and he told me, like, when we went out, he was like, oh, I saw this girl, she was checking me out, she was like looking over at me and stuff, and like nothing like that happened to me. Yeah, of course. But I asked these guys to rate me, and they were like, oh, you're like a 5 out of 10, which is like, you gotta think about it, like, they're being nice, obviously, they're not gonna say, but even that is like pretty brutal. Like, if you believe in the sub 8 theory, like, I'm not gonna get into all that, but I don't know. I mean, I don't really care, honestly, what people think I am, though. Like, if someone saw a picture of me, and they're like, oh, you're only a 6 out of 10, bro, you're fine, it's like, okay, fine, but first of all, I'm a huge mental cell, that's one thing, but secondly, even if, you know, other guys think, oh, you know, you're not that bad looking, it's like, okay, why am I still single then, you know? it's like people debate about face ratings and shit, and face ratings are just a waste. Like, please don't pay for a face rating from like Wheat Waffles or some shit, 'cause it's such a waste of time and money. Like, here's your face rating for free. I'll give you a face rating right now for free. I don't even need to see your face. Whoever's watching this, I can give you a face rating right now. If you're a kissless, hugless virgin, never had a girl approach you, always been rejected every time you've asked a girl out, you're sub 5. You know, like, there it is for you. Like, the exact numbers don't matter because it's just over for you. You know. Damn. But yeah, that was the night. We ended up bringing like a guy home with us, like a really drunk guy, like so fucking drunk. This guy was absolutely shit faced. He didn't even know what his name was, and we like lugged him back to our fucking like apartment building. And I went to sleep. And when I woke up, I was like, it was like 3-4 in the morning. I didn't sleep for long, but I came out, and these guys had kicked him out, and there was like there'd been like a fight, and this guy had been like outside of this club, right, completely drunk, just maxing his ass off, dude, just like doing stupid shit, being like, oh, look at me, like doing dances and shit, like swaying all over the place, and these girls were just like looking at him with disgust. He got like kicked out of the club. He got turned away from that because he was so drunk. And he came back with us. It wasn't my idea to bring him with us, but you know, we brought him back to our place, and we had to kick him out as well. Well, not me, but my 2 roommates kicked this fucking guy out because he was like trying to start a fight with them, you know, all this shit. And it's just like people act so fucking uncivil. This is why I gotta stop drinking. Like, not that I act like that, but it's just like this is what young people are doing, you know. And people think they're gonna go to university. I mean, I had these delusions as well, even though I knew logically it wasn't true. I had these delusions as well, that I was going to come to university and, you know, I'm going to meet my future wife and she's waiting for me, I just know it, and all that shit. It's like, no, she's not. You know, everyone is like that, pretty much. Everyone's like that, so, yeah, like, just cope in peace and accept it's not going to happen. That's the way I see it. I mean, I'm not telling anyone else what to do, I'm just saying. But yeah, there was one other brutal thing that happened I want to mention real quick. And I ended up meeting my like tutor group. So these are like a group of like a small amount of students who you meet and I guess study together is the idea. I don't fucking know. Or you all share a tutor. Like, you have this one lecturer or teacher who will like help you out basically. So we went to this fucking class today. This is like a few hours ago when I'm recording this. I went there and I straight away, there were like 3 or 4 people there. There was one guy and there were like 4 Stacys all around this guy. Like literal, like, yeah, blonde hair, like skinny girls, all, you know, Stacey's hanging around this guy. And this guy, like, it's kind of hard for me to put my finger on it, like, to describe this guy. He was like lanky, really bony, yeah, like very skinny. He really reminded me of this kid I went to school with. This kid got accused of like molesting girls. Like, he'd put his hand up their skirts and shit. And he got kicked out for it, I'm pretty sure, but he really reminded, like, his mannerisms and just the way he looked, like his chin, he had like a really bony face, his eyes were like bulging out his fucking head, his like huge ears like an elephant. Yeah, he was a pretty strange guy, but I mean, he still mocked me, and he height mocked me as well. He must have been like 6'2", 6'3", I think. Height, I really think, like, the more time I spend at university especially, the more I'm kind of coming to the conclusion that height is more important than looks, generally speaking. I mean, both are important, of course, don't get me wrong. But, shit, I don't know. No, I mean, what does it matter? You can't change either, so it doesn't matter. like there's no way to change your height, there's no way to really looks max beyond a certain point, so what can you do? But yeah, this molester-esque kid was just there, and all the girls were talking to him and laughing, and I remember I walked up, to stand outside this classroom waiting for this fucking teacher to arrive, and like no one said anything to me, like I just came up and no one said a word to me. And anyway, after that, a few more girls showed up, and every single time one of them showed up, these people didn't know each other, but all these girls were like, hey, what's up? And the guy was like, hey, how's it going? Like, no one said any fucking thing to me, as if we needed more proof. Like, relationships are like 100% transactional. You will not be involved in a relationship unless you have something to gain from it. So obviously that's why no one talks to me, is because I don't have anything to offer these people. This guy's obviously going to talk to these girls because they have something to offer him. It's just with sexual dimorphism, that's all it is. It's just the way men and women work. It's like, of course the women are going to greet the women who are coming up, because all these Stacys, they see another Stacy, they're like, hey, oh my gosh, hi, how are you? Oh, we're in the same class, and all this shit. It's because they, female friendship is more of a thing, but male friendship and brotherhood, forget about it. As soon as there are girls in the picture, like in this situation, it's just competition. Like, this guy sees me and he thinks that's competition. Deep down, even if he doesn't know it, like subconsciously, that's how it works. Yeah, but I mean that was pretty brutal. But this one like below max girl came eventually as well, and this bitch had been like I'd been like a student here before. Like, she'd done a foundation year, so she'd been like in this at this university like a year longer than all of us. Like, we'd only just arrived. Like I said, we're all freshlards, and this bitch had been here a year, and all she would fucking talk about, guys, she would not shut up about how she'd already been going to this school for like a year. She's like, I've been going here for a year, and I'm yada 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 yada, and she'd been talking to us this whole time. So anyway, this teacher arrives, this tutor arrives to talk to us, and this guy, if you guys have seen, you guys know Mr. Mackey from South Park. This guy looked exactly like him, like literally exactly like him. He had really tall, really lanky, really skinny. Like, his body was like a stick. His waist was really thin. His arms were like down at his sides when he walked. He was like a little pencil walking down the hall. Just a huge balloon-like head on a really tiny, thin but kind of long neck. He had the completely bald apart from around the sides. He had some like fuzz left, just trying to cling to dear life. The Norwood Reaper's coming for that though. And he had these really thick-rimmed, like perfectly circular glasses, like Harry Potter glasses, sitting upon his nose, like kind of halfway down. And he even had like a green shirt on and shit. So he looked exactly like Mr. Mackey. And he came and he sat down. He was just talking to us, but like he was like an old guy. He's like 50. And the thing is, the really brutal thing, like, of course he's sub 5. And he comes up, and all the girls start looking at each other, like laughing as this guy comes up. And I just saw that shit, and I was just like, it's brutal, man. It's over. It's absolutely over for this fucking guy. But he comes in, and we had to do these stupid, like, fucking icebreakers. Like, the ones just like, go around, say your name, and say an interesting fact about yourself. Okay. And I just said what my fact was, no, they didn't even say fact. They were like, oh, something we don't know about you. Okay. And I was like, for that, I just said I'm blind in one of my eyes, because it's my go-to usually. And people just said boring shit like where they're from and it's like, I get, like, I don't like icebreakers either, but come on now. But this like fat girl, she still wouldn't shut up. She was like, oh, I did a foundation year, that's something about me. And it's like, they said something we don't know about you. It's all you've been talking about for the last 10 minutes. But yeah, of course I didn't speak to anyone the whole time. I was just sitting there, and it was just like a complete waste of time, like 45 minutes long, complete waste of time. It wasn't an actual lesson, it was just a introduction to get us settled in and all this stupid shit. It's like, I just want to start working, I just, like, I'm trying to cope by studying, and that I just want to start. I'm not trying to meet people, because I know it's pointless. I know it's pointless. But yeah, that's my tutor group, that's my class now for like a year. It's like 6 Stacys, 1 like fat bloke max girl, some kid who mocks me into oblivion pretty much, even though he's like borderline sub 5 himself, and me, and this Mr. Mackey like tutor. That's my class for the year, man. Fuck. Yeah, anyway, but then, yeah, like I said, there's more parties going on in the future, so I'll make like a dedicated video about one of those, about I'll go to a party and I'll see if I can make it, maybe even like record some shit, I don't know. yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.